Hey, this is Eric Knudsen doing a quick tutorial and walkthrough for Simple Stocks, which is the game I've made for IT265. Uh, for the most part, the intro here, I'm not going to go too in depth with. Most of this data is available on the post for the last sprint, uh, but just a quick, move through, just to, have it on the walkthrough here. And now that that is done, we can move to the first tutorial. So, being a game about the stock market, I really wanted to make sure that this was easy to understand, available to everyone, because the stock market can be really complicated. So this you'll kind of notice in this tutorial and the walkthrough. Most of these words, text boxes, are very basic with what they say. Just because I want to prevent any confusion. I don't want people to have to worry about the UI while they're trying to learn about the stocks. Uh, so this is just a bit of explanation on how to use some of the buttons here. Maybe not everyone playing this game is actually plays many video games, so it's possible they could be playing this and not know a lot of these conventions that a lot of video game players are particularly well versed with. Uh, just kind of going over here the what's going to happen for most of the levels. Assuming this prototype was developed into a full game, a lot of the levels would be very similar, with implementing a or teaching a stock concept and then providing a stock chart that you can use to buy and sell whatever stock market tool is uh, being gone over in that level. Uh, so right here, you'll notice that there's a small animation for the stock chart. There weren't a lot of areas with this that I could sort of add animations and things, but this was kind of one of the few small ones that I could quickly put in here. Just add a bit of movement to the game, make it a bit less, a bit more interesting to look at visually. Um, so here I'm just talking about the basic flow of the game that I've already mentioned. Uh, you always have the ability to go back and retry the games if you either want to test things out for yourself or just you want to try again because you didn't make enough money to pass to the next level. So here, this is just sort of going over the very basics of the game where you will just be clicking next and the price will move. The reason I did it like this and didn't have it time based is because clicking next, it gives you more time to actually think about the sort of purchases you want to make. Say the stock is down here at about $10. You could think, should I buy it at $10? For instance, of course. And then at the end here, this is just a small text box, making sure people know that this is the end of the tutorial, and once again reiterating something that was mentioned earlier, that the home button is on the bottom left here, and can always take you back to the main menu. So next, I'm going to be going over the first level. A lot of the UI and menus are going to be very similar to the tutorial. I didn't see any particular reason to redo them, rechange them. I thought it would be a better idea to just keep everything consistent so that you could focus on, the stock concepts as opposed to the actual menus themselves. So this is just a bit of an explanation of stocks, going about as simple as you can be with stock market concepts. Just gonna basically the text here just sort of going over how stocks work. If you would like to pause and read those, feel free. Also describing a bit of how you can actually make money using stocks. And then here, I'm going to bring back up the stock chart with the same animation shown earlier, just to sort of give everyone who is using this tool, this program, something to sort of look at and understand. I also, here in the next slide, I recommended a website for people to find actual information about the stocks that they want to be investing in, which is, I think a lot of times these stock market training games just don't tell you where to find the good information on stocks to invest in. And of course, Yahoo Finance being one that's particularly good for beginners. So coming up here will be the small game for this particular level. This is sort of just describing this text box here, how the game is going to go, and as you can see, once you're actually in the game, buttons to buy and sell appear, as well as on the top shows you how much money you have and the price per share, even though it is shown down here. So for this game specifically, I'm just going to show the two possible conditions. So imagine uh, you buy the stock at here as much as you can. It goes down. You sell all of it. You've actually lost money now. And if we progress towards the end of the game, it'll say you haven't made enough money, but it'll give you the option to go back to the start, and you can once again try this again. So if we just buy a bunch of shares right at the beginning, uh, move to the end, fantastic. We have passed this level. Made shows how much money you've made at the end, and also again gives you the option to go back just in case if you, being a user, want to sort of experiment with, oh, if I buy up here and then maybe sell when the price drops like that, what happens to the amount of money I have? So this sort of gives the user a bit of incentive to sort of, with a lot of stock games, you can't really, excuse me, try things out yourself. Um, I know a lot of them that I've used at least have or it's sort of very difficult to just test quickly to see, what'll happen if the price of the stock moves to X, or the price of the stock goes down, $20. How much money will I lose? And so I just wanted to make sure that was a very important aspect, and something that was sort of emphasized that you were able to do here. And at this point, now that we've already beaten the first level, we get the same text box, and it doesn't say that you failed. It just says you can go back and keep trying things out. As for the game here, I just wanted to make the menu as simple as possible. Buy and sell are very sort of simple um, buttons. Everyone knows what those mean. Everyone knows what buy and sell means, obviously. At least I would hope so if they are looking to learn about stocks. Um, and hopefully it was explained well enough earlier in the text box is in order to give everyone a clear understanding of this new stock market concept. Uh, so that is pretty much the entire game. Thank you for watching.